Hello, this is the Tableau Jedi from Norway. Today in the TinyTableauTip series, I'm going to talk about measure names and measure values. I presented this tip also at the DataFamEurope just recently. When we look at this, we have discounts in the percentage, we have quantities in the thousands, and then we have sales up to 400,000. Problem is that when we have measure values then on color, we see on the color legend, it goes from 0 to 400,000. But the only place where we see any variation is in the sales, because those are such big numbers. But as long as we right-click on our good friend measure values on color, we can use separate legends. When we do that, we get 3 different legends. Discount goes from 12 to 18%. Quantities are in the thousands, and sum of sales are in the from 18 to 400,000. We could also individually on all of these edit the colors, so we can have one color for each and every measure name that we have in here, but to be a bit careful so you don't have too many colors. Another tip on measure names and measure values is that this is the same data, but you see that on the filters on the right-hand side, we do have also count of orders and people, profit and profit ratio. And I don't want my end users to be able to filter on the other ones. This should only be discount, quantity, and sales that we have in the view. So how do we solve this? We can't get rid of anything inside of this one. We can't duplicate the measure names and then exclude some values. So what we need to do, right-click on our data source. We're going to duplicate it. When I have a copy in here, I'm going to replace my data source, and then I'm just going to be replacing the current worksheet. I'm not going to replace the entire workbook. So I'm replacing. Still nothing is happening, but since this view is only using this copy or the duplicated data source, I can now hide all unused fields. When I do that, the only measure names that are available is discount, quantity, and sales, because those are the only ones that are used in the view. Final thing, if I would like to change the order of these, I can't change any order inside of a filter like this, like we can do if we have a color legend, and we can drag and drop like this, and we change the order in the view as well. But I would like to change the order of my measure names. How do we do that? Again, we right-click in the data pane, measure names, default properties, and sort, and then we switch from alphabetic to manual, and then we can move them around as we want. Maybe put discount in the end, and now you see sales, quantity, discount is on the measure names filter. Hope this was helpful. Please click like and subscribe, and see you next time.